Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of TCG Talk. And today we are going to be going over some of the national kind of reactions. I'm super excited to get into this video. Uh, a couple of the videos you all have been seeing the last few days, I had to go on a work trip for 2 weeks. So I made a couple of videos like ahead of time. It's specifically like the top five for each card and stuff, or each hero, like Viserai and Briar that you probably saw. But I technically haven't made a video like live in my office since November like 5th. So it's been a while for me. So I'm super excited to get back into it. I didn't get to do a kind of nationals reaction, which I was a little bit upset about like right off the bat. But at the same time, it's been nice because now we've had a bunch of different nationals happen from a bunch of different countries. So now instead of just doing like a US nationals prediction or reaction, we can kind of look at all of them together and see, kind of where like the game itself is headed and where it's going. Obviously, Briar's gotten a lot of attention and a lot of things have happened, but we'll get right into it. Just some quick reactions, nothing crazy. I'll kind of give my take on the whole Briar dilemma, as some people put it, and then we'll go from there. So, what you're looking at right now, this was shared in the Fab Discord. It's a view only, so you'll see people probably pop in and out of it up here in the top right. As you can see, someone's in it right now. But so this is kind of the only thing. It shows you the top eights from each of the national events, how many players are around, how many players were in each one, the wins and stuff like that. So this kind of gives you like a broad scope idea of what happened throughout the world when it comes to nationals. Obviously, U.S. Nationals had a Briar win the event. With the chain coming in close second. Honestly, I think the chain should have won that match, but the chain kind of whiffed on that 6 soul shackle turn, which really swung it in Briar's favor once that happened. I think he got 1 hit out of 6 shackles, which that late in the game, like if that happens, you're probably going to lose. But overall, Briar won that. And as you can see over here, Briar has won 11 out of 19 of the national events that have happened so far. That's right here. That's a pretty insane conversion, right? And obviously Briar's a problem. Red line Briar, lightning Briar, kind of a mix, whatever it is. Even as you can see, some of these Earth Briars, the Mount Heroic channel, Mount Heroic Briars got their way into it. It's definitely an issue, and I do agree that Briar is the meta. But the one thing I'll say, like up close to the video before we get into too many minutes of the video itself, is I don't think Briar's like Chain 2.0. I think Briar can be countered a lot easier than Chain could. And I think once people figure out how to play around Briar, she's still going to be good. Don't get me wrong. Still going to, in my opinion, probably the best overall hero in the format until we get to a new set, no matter who does what. But she's not as broken as Chain was. I definitely think people can play around her with Oldheim, with Lexi. The mirror, obviously. Chain does really well into her. Viserai, aggro Viserai build can do really well into her, even like a Sonata build. Um, you know, I definitely think there's some good decks out there. I just think a lot of the decks that were like poised to be really good prior to Briar getting insanely popular, like Bravo and like Prism, have a little bit more trouble against her, which is why a lot of people were complaining. Personally, I don't think the format's broken. I still think, regardless of how good Briar's done, I still think this is one of the more balanced formats we've had in this game so far, and I think it's going to even continue to trend to be more balanced. So, agree or disagree with me, it's totally fine. That's just my thought. But as we're looking at it, obviously Briar did really well. She had 59 top eights out of, I did the math, 152 possible top eights. She had 59 of them. So she had 38% of the top eights. So 38% of top eights were from one hero. Obviously, that's an issue. Chain had 11. Bravo had 16. Katsu had 11. Lexi had 12. Obviously, Lexi, I think, surprised a lot of people. The ice build in the US Nats was awesome. Then we have a couple of our winners. Bravo had 2. Bolton had 1. Dash and Dorinthia each had 1. Katsu had 1. Lexi and Oldheim. So the one, I guess, I think the overreaction is Briar is unbeatable or like unwinnable. It's not the case at all. You just hit the tech against her properly. I think it was she came to prominence so late in the format and so late in everything that it really people didn't have time to tech against her. And I think a lot of people, instead of like taking the time to try to build a deck in at most a few weeks against her, they were like, "I'll just play Lightning Briar and figure it out." Which is what happened. Like if 30% of the field or near 30% of the field in every nationals event is Briar, like just off of sheer numbers, she's going to make top 8 a lot. So That's just my opinion. I think you'll see it level out a lot. Obviously, we won't be able to see a whole lot. I think the New Zealand Nationals, if it ever happens, um, I'm not as abrushed on the situation over there and how long it's probably going to take. But I think if it happens like in December or January timeframe, I think it'll be really cool to watch that event because all these pros in New Zealand are arguably right the best region in the world with this game. Um, it's gonna be cool to see what people are doing. Are they still gonna stay with Briar? Are they gonna tech against Briar? Is the format just kind of gonna be open? You know what's gonna happen. I think that'll be really cool to watch. But I do think that a lot of these heroes are definitely still viable. I guess my one surprise from all the nationals is Prism didn't have a win. And not only did Prism not have a win, but Prism only had 9 top 8s. Now I know Prism does not like Lightning Briar, unless you just draw really good hands and the Briar doesn't draw well. Like you're probably not going to beat the Lightning Briar if they're piloting the deck correctly. She like Herald Prism can't race Briar, and Aura Prism can beat Briar, obviously. But a really when you start to get to the top level, mid to higher top level players better than me, like the Briar's going to win that matchup more times than not. So that was my one interesting one. The other one that's not like a super big surprise, but I was a little bit disappointed to see is the lack of Viserai representation. Only 2 Viserais made top 8. Um, I think Viserai is really good in a Briar. I'm surprised a lot of people didn't think about that. Like after people watched the UK Nationals and knew that Lightning slash like Redline Briar was going to be really popular, I'm surprised that more people didn't go for Viserai. I guess he's a little bit weaker into some of the other parts of the field, like Bravo, right? Even like Prism, but against a Briar, he's amazing um, because it's hard for her to block, especially aggro Viserai, to block all that arcane damage coming through. Um, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely excited to see where the format goes. The new set, which I'm gonna make a video about, some of the minor details were released about, right? And I'm really excited to see how that takes each hero and each class and talent. I think it'll be really good. But overall, I mean, if you look right here, every single hero except for Azalea, Rip, never is gonna be Azalea, but except for Azalea, got top 8. Well, Kano didn't either. So Azalea and Kano were the only 2 that didn't make a top 8. Every other hero had at least 2 top 8s. Even Reinar, and a couple of the other ones that a lot of people didn't think were gonna do super good. So once people figure out Briar, I really think this is going to start to even out. I still think Briar will be number 1 in the format technically, but I don't think she'll be as dominant as you're seeing right here. I definitely think that it's just going to be exciting to see what happens in the next set. But let me know what your thoughts were. I just want to make kind of a quick reaction video on what my thoughts were about the Nationals. I think it's really interesting. Definitely, if you're in the Fab Discord, try to find this document. I'll even link it down in the description below because I think you can click on these. I won't click on them to ruin the video if it's wrong, but I think you can click on these and actually see the deck if it's in blue. So I'll link that in the description below so y'all can see it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, if y'all enjoyed this, let me know. Let me know what other type of content you want to see. I have 15 videos in the shoot, quite literally 15 videos I'm making over the next couple days. I have a whole new meta set of deck techs. I have 6 blitz decks I'm gonna do a deck techs on that I've been making and testing, as well as 3 updated constructed decks for Katsu, Briar, and Viserai. So let me know what you want. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to get y'all's input on what type of content you want to see. For everybody that's been tuning into the channel, like the amount of feedback I've gotten is unreal, good and bad. I'm totally up for it. I really appreciate y'all, even if you just watch for 10 seconds. Like, it's awesome. So thank y'all so much for that. But yeah, if y'all like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go to another Flesh and Blood creator, leave a like, comment, subscribe on their video as well. Let me know what you thought of the video, and I will see you guys next time on TCG Talk. Thank you so much.